Avraham Shmuelov was born in 1913 in the Mea She'arim section of Jerusalem to a large Bukharian ultra-Orthodox Jewish family, which had migrated from Persia at the end of the 19th century. He would become a legendary figure in Jerusalem, journeying from being an ultra-Orthodox Jew to Roman Catholicism, Trappist monk, Benedictine, returning to the Trappists, and finally to serving in the Greek Catholic Church in Galilee. The youngest of 16 children, he went to school at the College des Frères, and he would become a companion of Menachem Begin in the Irgun, the military wing of Jewish defense in Israel, from 1935 to 1940. In World War II, he joined the British Army and fought in the famous Jewish Legion. Captured in 1941, he became a prisoner of war. He was deeply moved by the reading of the New Testament, which he had acquired in exchange for cigarettes. But only when he was released some 4 years later and returned to London, England, did he recognize Jesus as his Messiah and was baptized as a Christian. Back in Jerusalem, his family tried to persuade him to return to the Jewish faith, but he persisted and became a Trappist monk. For a brief time, he stayed at the Trappist monastery in Latrun, but when it was taken by the Jordanian army in 1948, he joined a Benedictine community and studied briefly in Rome. Waiting to announce Christ as Messiah, Abuna joined the Greek Catholic Church. He was ordained priest by Archbishop Hakim in Nazareth in 1956 and served the Melkite community as a parish priest at Gush Chalav. He spoke perfect Arabic as well as his native Hebrew and helped the bishop as secretary for Jewish affairs. As he encountered more and more difficulties in serving the Palestinian community, he found his true place at La Maison des Aizei in Jerusalem, founded by the French Dominicans, where he collaborated on developing a Hebrew liturgy with Friar Jacques Fontaine. It was at this time that Friar Abraham took on the task of recording the entire Tanakh in Hebrew. Friar Abraham always showed a great passion for the Hebrew language and often chided his young fellow Israelis for not speaking Hebrew well. His later years were spent in Jerusalem, where he frequently associated with the Jesuits at the Pontifical Biblical Institute. Friar Francesco Rossi de Gasperis would often bring students and pilgrims to hear him recount his many stories in the land of Israel. The last few years of his life were spent in Bethany, where he was convalescing at Casa Mater Misericordiae. He died there and was buried on March 23rd, 1994. His close relationship continued with the Dominicans and the Melkites, and that is why he is buried in their garden at the monastery of St. John in the desert, just west of Jerusalem, below Moshe Even Sapir, near Ein Kerem.